This video is all about titration calculations. So it's not about how to do a titration or what a titration is, it's just to do with how the calculations work that follow one. So if you're interested in that and that's something you struggle with, check this out now. We're going to go straight into a question today. Check out this number of words. So, the concentration of a solution of HCl was determined through titrating 10 centimeters cubed of the solution with 0.5 moles per decimeter cubed NaOH. It was found that 17.75 centimeter cubed of the NaOH was required to neutralize the acid. Calculate the HCl concentration. Right, the reason that people get super scared by things like this is that there's a lot of words and a lot of numbers, and what I'm going to teach you today is how to break that down into something a little bit simpler. The first thing you need to do is to work out what the hell is going on and what two things you are reacting together. In this case, you've got HCl reacting with NaOH. So let's start with that and write our equation for the reaction. So from your other science with the reactions with acids, you should know that HCl plus NaOH gives you NaCl and H2O. If you don't, then you have a different problem than what I'm going to cover in this video. So that's our reaction, that's what's happening. What we're going to do is we're going to draw a grid underneath this, just like we did when we had the different masses and we were working out how much mass we were going to make of a product or how much mass of a reactant we needed. Exactly the same. So whenever you draw out a grid, you need to look at what numbers you've been given, whether it be concentrations or masses, and which numbers need to go in that grid. So today I've got concentrations in moles per decimeter cubed, volumes, which should be in decimeters cubed for the previous concentration video, and hopefully I'm going to be able to work out some moles from this because that's how I'm going to get everything together. So that's my grid nice and set up. What we're now going to do is put as much information into this grid as we possibly can. So the first thing is, let's work out what they're asking us. At the bottom here you'll see it says calculate the HCl concentration. So HCl concentration is the box that I'm aiming to fill this time. Let's see what other numbers there are. So it says 10 centimeters cubed of the solution. Okay, so that's definitely a volume, but the solution they're talking about there is the HCl that's further above it in the sentence. So that means 10 centimeters cubed of HCl. Let's put that into the table. Now the problem is that this is in centimeters cubed, not decimeters cubed. So remember you need to divide it by 1,000. So let's add that into the grid too. Right, the next number is this 0.500 moles per decimeter cubed. Now that means it's a concentration, and it's a concentration of the NaOH with 0.5 moles per dm cubed NaOH. So the NaOH concentration is 0.500 moles per decimeter cubed. Let's get the units right this time. So there's two ways you can write the units for concentration, either moles slash dm cubed or moles dm cubed to the -3. Don't do both like I tried to do a minute ago. The last number that we have is this 17.75, and that says it's of the NaOH. So it's to do with NaOH. It's in centimeters cubed, so it must be a volume. So I'm going to put it in volume of NaOH. Don't forget to convert to dm cubed all over again. So what I'm looking for now is which one I have the most information about. So the thing I have the most information about is the NaOH. And actually, using moles equals concentration times volume, I can work out the moles of NaOH. So if I know the moles of NaOH and I go down, I also know the moles of HCl using the same mole ratio that we did in the solids video. And then I can use the equation to get back up to where I need to be for the HCl. Let's do that. So moles equals concentration times volume. For my NaOH, that's 0.5 times the 17.75 divided by 1,000, which overall, trust me, equals 0.00875. The number isn't super important. The important thing is that it's in a 1-to-1 ratio with the HCl moles because of the ratio in the equation. So that means I've also got 0.00875 moles of HCl. Now, if I rearrange the formula, I've got concentration equals moles divided by volume, so then I can calculate my concentration and fill the green box that I'm aiming for. So if we do the 0.00875 divided by the 10 divided by 1,000, it will give you 0.875 moles per decimeter cubed. That is my concentration of HCl, and I'm going to put it at the bottom corner here just to make it look separate and like it's my final answer. Okay, so I've just done a serious amount of talking, so now it is your turn to have a go at another example. Do have a go at this, check that you get the same answer that I do. It will help you out, prove that you know how to do this. Remember, write the equation first, then put all the numbers in and see what you've got the most information for. Here's your question. So I'm hoping the first thing that you did is write the equation. So NaOH plus HNO3, which is nitric acid, gives you NaNO3 and H2O. It's nice and balanced just the way it is. Drawing the grid and putting all the numbers in, it looks a little bit like this at the end. Hopefully you picked out the units and you picked out the why you divide it by 1,000 to get from centimetres cubed to decimeters cubed, and overall your table should look a little bit like this, aiming for the concentration of the HNO3. So what you can do is you can work out the moles of NaOH by using moles as concentration times volume, and you should have got that to be 0.0025. That also equaled the moles of HNO3, which is 0.0025. And then if you do that number divided by the 14.75 divided by 1,000, you should get 0.17 moles per decimeter cubed of concentration. If you got a different number, like 0.169, instead, just pay attention to the number of decimal places you're using and make it consistent with the rest of the question. Okay, cool. So that's all for today's video. Hopefully you took away the key points to it, which are just don't be intimidated by the question and just pull out each number individually and look at everything together like a puzzle and see what you can work out. Good luck.